In his part we will I have 4 light switches. That's cheapest light switches based on ESP8266 with TASMOTA firmware. That's what open source. So that's switches about like $60 for 4 switches, 60 Canadian bucks. We'll say about like 10-11 bucks US per switch. So I just already flashing them with TASMOTA, that open source one. And install it. So I have one switch in a hall on first level, I have one that light switch on a second floor, and I have 2 zones, 2 TS switches on my attic. So general idea, I want just on the first level that switch will work like just a regular light switch. When you just clicking, it's be just a turn it light on a first level on and off. When you just do long press, it will turn it light in hall on second floor, turn on and off for second floor. So light switch on second floor will just work like when you simple clicking, it's on off second floor lights, and when you long holding, it will turn on and off lights on the first level. But for that second level switch, I want to do that double click, and it will should on both zones on my attic on a third level. So let's see how we can build that on ignition. Approximately it should take, I know, maybe about 20 minutes on top. So first all that TASMOTA using MQTT. So we need setup MQTT user first. So we log into ignition and going to config and going to MQTT distributor. What is MQTT server? What running with ignition, and here we can set up a new user. So if you follow it, so here we click create new user, and username should be TASMOTA lights. You can create wherever you like it, and here is the password, up to you. And here we should like give it rights to that user. So we should like say, can that user read and write, and what topics. So read and write for all topics for default. I will set up it for now, that'd be, and we click create. So now we're going to set up a light switch. number 1. Number 2. Three. I will not show how to refreshing them, and because it's too many guides on the internet. How to set up, how to flash TASMOTA. It's not hard, but if anybody will need a help, just let me know. I will just make video about. So this one is these two guys have on my attic, and his guy I can look because I just set up it at the first level, and here is second level. I will show you how to try set up at this, but like it's not finished. So in my case I wanna do that generic profile. And I have button 1, and I have a relay here, 1, and LED inverted, and it's safe. And same I have a for second floor, but for second floor it's the same light switch and have a 1 button and 1 relay, but I will show what this mean like a second one. For now we will go to designer and create page here. I will call it lights page. Actually, for setup here is MQTT for ignition. We're going to configuration and configure MQTT, and here is in host we're showing like Raspberry IP default port and client name. Client name should be unique for each device. Another way you will see how like two devices with same name fighting and just logging and kick it out another one. Here we just put username what we created in ignition, and here is password, and here topic. Here is like a light for second floor, and I added it like a top topic lights because I wanna all my switches like adjusted post it or publish like messages under topic lights. Another thing what should be set up on a ignition gateway. here is MQTT Engine, and we should sign up. By default we connected to self server, but we're not pulling. We're pulling only that type folders. So we need to start like our topics. So we need to just create some like custom name, and we should subscribe for all folders or some topics. Like you can just make list topics what you want to subscribe and ignore the rest of topics. For example, if you're using some like free in internet MQTT for some outside communication, you can just choosing topics what you're using. And here is another option. We can split if we receive it just a JSON payload, but in most cases, by my experience, it's not work correctly. So I will not use them. And we create all topics, and here we subscribe. So this one should be show up here, and something in a configuration wrong. It should be and second switch, light switch, connected to so here we can see it, folder lights, and here's commands, first level, second level for my lights, and stats and tele. So let's create button for both these switch lights. And I want change name to second floor hall. You can make it just a little bit bigger. And for send commands, we will need use config on a button, and on click here is like a few actions. I will choose script. For MQTT in Ignition now it doesn't work if you kind of write to tag it will not send it message to that topic automatically, so we should using some like a function, and I will Google fast. So here is documentation from models, and here's commands what we can using to send message to topic. So for this case it's be second floor button, so we should send it to command second hall power, take pass and place it here. You don't need that part. Here is MQTT name, but while we're using by default, we can leave it by default. And here is like a command what we send. That'd be a simple toggle, and press apply, and we can see how it will work. We say that project, and we can see it. This one is on and off. So, but we need a C status for that light switch and on a page. I will using colors. So here's for background. I can use black for no power. That'd be that code. And green for power it on. That'd be this code. So here in a style, it's added a background color, and we will just a setup tag here. And MQTT Engine lights and stats for second floor, and that power 1. And while it's returning on and off, that not enough for colors, so we will using mapping and two different mapping on and be that color. And for off, that be different one. I don't remember which one. But let's check. Five, for example. Okay. That doesn't work. So now when we will change color, it will not work. Cool. Let's see why it doesn't work. Probably because yeah, and it's working now. So we can copy that button. And rename. We need a very different tag here for read color. So and we should change path here for where we send command. So now we have a both working, but you remember I talk about I wanna do long press button. So for that case, in TASMOTA documentation, it's saying like we should change modes for switch and setup rules. So that'd be one part, and so it will switch mode to when you hold it long for 2 seconds, these digits. It will send it like on topic summary rules. Here is rules. Will do publish. We will need to change that to button. Actually, I have that rule set up already, and you can see it here. Like when is button 1 in state 3, what is hold 1, do publish in light stat hold second level button 1 action hold. He will send it at JSON. So, but for now we don't have his topics here. For setup actions on that topics, we need just to show his topics first. So let me press button and push switches to post that topics first. So after I press buttons, hold buttons, so I have that topic show up for both switches. And here we can set up some. If you do double click on a tag, you can just open his tags and set up tag event script. Here we have option if value change, and we have it for that. Function is passing some variables, so we will need current value. We'll say if current value because whole value is an object, so we need just a value from his value, because it will include quality and timestamp properties. So we'll say probably we don't need do anything like that, because it should be very simple. We need his line from second floor, and just toggle status for second floor if value change here. And you see it's already working, because I did not add the checking for initial states. And we take value from second, not value, that line from second floor, and do double click and add it event here. Oops. Sometimes it's added extra tab. And it's working too. So that one part is done. We have two switches. What is like operated lights on his level, and on long shift it's a turn on off lights on another floor. Now we will add it two more switches. I temporarily just disable them and save. And save this one. So it's show right away here. Attic lights north and south, status and commands. And for these guys it'd be a little bit more fun because it's a two zones and we need just to do some logic between, like on double click on the second floor should turn on both zones or turn off, but when you're tuning that one zone on a attic off or on and keep it another one, and lights on a second floor, he should still know about status of one of that lights for not overwriting them. So first we will create a couple buttons for his and change status tag, so that'd be attic north power, and change link topic where we send we can check and it's working. And another button, rename, status, and script, not script, event. For south. it's work. So now about double click. So I wanna using second floor light for double click. One option, I can set up rules for that light switch, but another option, I can go to configuration and config model, and here is like I have a few GPUs what is not set up it on his board, on his slides. It's not using, so I take just GPU 4 and set up it relays, name it relay 2, so that just virtual relay, but TASMOTA will use them for double click. He will just post it to power 2, like status is on and off. So here you can see it on MQTT. And second power status. But first we need to control these two guys in attic. If it's already one of them on. So I will just create a folder here in a regular tags. And call it slides. And we'll create expression tag. That'd be string, and it's will naming attic status. And for expression I will using if key slide in expression you cannot using or, so you should going this way. Key slide, nor slide, or south slide. Is on. It should return on. Another way it should be off. For some reason it doesn't work, and probably because it should be like that. Yep. So now it's working. So if one of our lights is on, status here is be on. And For second power we will create another rules. Another event. So here it's be if I think first is current values value is on, and that tag what we created. We need a pull value too from that tag is on. So we should do that command for another light. So that be if we turn that light on and lights on a attic will off, so he will turn bosses on, but we need probably another rule. Because we need not toggle. So if its command is off and we'll value, okay, have broke them lines, and value is on, we should turn it off. That one part. So now that switch will not override that situation what we will have it, and For example, if we have one lights already on a attic is on and somebody will pushing that switch twice, nothing will change it. But now if you will just turn your lights on from second floor and going on the attic and turn both lights off, so our second floor switch will still thinking about its on and will stuck in on position, so we need to add some logic here too. So when that tag will change, we will need to turn that light on the same position what we have it. That'll be power 2. And it's naming whole second level power 2, and we will pass current value to just keep that switch on the second on same state what we have lights on the second on the attic. So now we can save that project and we can open project from ignition gateway. That'd be here. And we have everything work. We can try this toggle second area, and we see both is on, and if we turn one is off, it's still on. And it's off here, and if we turn someone is on, it's that zone changing too. So that's it for today. Probably we'll add some more fancy stuff in next video. Yeah, I forget about this one will not work properly because it's the same string always, and ignition just not do any, will not trigger any that events while it's the same message here. So we can do that on that way. After we receive that message, we should post in same topic. same topic, we should post something empty, for example. And same for this one. And now it should work.